What's up? Welcome to Surf Boy Sundays, Akim's favorite weekly show.
Absolutely. Welcome, man. We got a guest today, my good brother, Alex.
Yes, sir.
What's up, brother?
My brother Akim? How are you?
Chilling. I'm well. Appreciate you for coming on, man. So this week, y'all, we wanted to kind of tackle the topic of street art or art in general. As we know, art is subjective, whatever art is to you. We're currently at the Hirshhorn National Museum of Modern. There's currently a exhibit going on with Banksy and Banksquiat and Osigemos and a couple of other artists. So we just went through, we surveyed. I just wanted to bring my brother on and just talk a little bit of art, you know, whether it's influences, fashion, culture, whatever you see fit. So
Yeah.
First off, what you thought of the museum just now?
I'm glad that the museum has gone through new exhibits.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while and overdue
Okay.
that they haven't had new exhibits.
Okay. When the last time you been?
Probably with the last year, because they had an exhibit with a very famous Japanese artist. I can't remember her name,
Okay.
top of my head, but she's very famous because she does the polka dots. She
Oh,
does a
that's
lot.
her. Okay.
Yeah, she did one here,
Mhm.
and she's very influential. Even Louis Vuitton did a whole collaboration with her.
Wow.
About 2 years ago.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah,
I
so
remember. Was that her who had like the figurines on all of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
buildings and the polka dots?
Yeah, and the polka dots.
I remember.
So she's very influential, extremely well known
Mhm.
in the art world,
Mhm.
and to do a collaboration with Louis Vuitton
Mhm.
is huge because not many artists get to do those collaborations.
Nice.
Into that point, nowadays we see Tyler the Creator doing one.
Absolutely.
And I think that's where it's going with a lot of high fashion. They're
Yeah.
starting to incorporate little labs into
Mhm.
like pop-ups, for different artists and influential
Mhm.
people
Mhm.
in the world, especially American artists.
Right.
They're combined so well with the high fashion.
Yeah. So that's a good segue. So how do you feel about inclusion of high fashion when it comes to like art or streetwear, or because I just feel like high fashion lately has tried its best to sort of kind of tackle that market or include itself in that market. I don't know whether it's been to remain relevant or they thought it was a good idea. I don't know. I just feel like when you hire creative designers like Virgil or Pharrell, it's like now you're trying to tackle a certain niche. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if we want to go there, you got to give the flowers where they're due.
Mhm.
I think
I agree.
I mean, the person that made that bridge into fashion,
Yeah,
it was Kanye.
absolutely.
Kanye, he worked for a while for Louis, for Fendi, I believe so as well.
Mhm.
He was over there, designing, and he was
Louis Vuitton Don.
Yeah, he had his. I think he was the first artist that made that bridge.
Right.
Years ago when he made those Louis Vuittons.
Mhm.
The
The low top Jaspers.
The Jaspers. Those Jaspers, if you look at them now, they were so ahead of the time.
Absolutely.
If those shoes dropped today, they'd be sold out.
Yeah,
we're not even thinking about it.
it'd be over with.
Yeah, he was so ahead of the time.
Yeah, the way he capitalized on like the symbolism of Louis at the time and like the design, the silhouette. I mean, that shoe would for sure sell out.
Absolutely, and the combination of the two different worlds, and then he opened Pandora's box because if you looked at who's working for Adidas, Lorenzo,
Jerry,
mm-hmm. Lorenzo worked under Kanye.
Absolutely.
Virgil, R.I.P.
Obviously,
he worked under Kanye. Don C out of Chicago, worked under Kanye.
All of this, Don C is now the creative director of Mitchell and Ness.
Exactly. So if you look at all of these influential people that are where they are today, they all work.
Tremaine Emery.
Yeah, they all work for Kanye.
Remember, he was CD of Supreme until he left. He had some complaints about the direction Supreme was going in and diversity and stuff. But and where is he now? He's somewhere big, another big conglomerate. But I get your point.
You know, I mean, Kanye, makes such a different influence between bridging the two lives,
Yeah.
between style
Yeah.
and everything else.
That's why he be so
And culture.
frustrated.
Yeah.
That's why people think he's so frustrated, bruh. If you really were like, if you spearhead a lot of this stuff, bro, and you don't kind of, because Kanye gets the recognition he deserves. Let's be real.
Yeah, but
I mean, he could have became creative director of Louis.
For anybody.
For anybody.
If you really think about it, I believe Kanye revived Jordan.
Yeah.
Nobody was wearing Aqua Jordans. Into Kanye came out with the Aqua Jordans.
Nobody was wearing Jordan 1s.
Nobody,
it was all about the Jordan 11s.
Yeah.
5's always been popular. 11's been popular.
The Concourse. Everybody.
Concourse, Breads, Space Jams.
Yeah.
But you're right, though. 6s, 1s, 8s.
The black and blue Jordan 1s, Kanye brought them out.
I got them because I seen them on Kanye's feet. Yeah. I'm just being real, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
I have those. I have the Breads because of Kanye and Jay-Z. Watch the Throne era.
Yeah, if you will drop right now a Jordan Aquas, the
Aqua 8s.
Yeah, the Aqua 8s.
They probably coming out, bro.
They probably come. The Jordan's coming out next year, like every other week.
Yeah, I don't want to get back. I already did a whole episode, but yeah, it's sick. But to your point though, bro. Yeah, the influence, man. So yeah, man. So high fashion, I just feel like I guess it's just a market they wanted to tackle, just to, I don't know. Because like you said, it's been going on for decades already, so why not monetize it?
Exactly.
So cool, you know what I'm saying? Because I love it because I always been a fan. I mean, I always been a fan of Louis, but like, we came up really off of streetwear. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, but then to follow the Pharrells and the Kanyes of the world, etc., then you see it transition into high fashion. Then you get a appreciation for high fashion.
Absolutely.
So I love it because Louis, one of my favorite brands. Why is that? Because they brought on Virgil and all the shit he dropped, and I don't know, it just became more cooler to wear. Aside from being like, bougie, I guess, like high fashion. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And if those things, come into play into a lot of things now, into like street art, how a lot of what I think is crazy. We came here, we saw a collaboration of Banksy and Banksquiat.
Yeah.
To see
Banksquiat.
We see a collaboration in 2024. Banksquiat is dead for how long? And an artist says, "Oh, you did this. Let me jump in and do a collaboration." It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because that means art in 30 years, a brand new artist can do a collaboration with another one.
Absolutely. And keep it going.
And keep it going.
Continue to perpetuate the art. Yeah.
And see the vision of where this guy was going with this and add on to it.
Which I feel like people need to appreciate.
Yeah.
I know we humans are habit. I know we love nostalgia. But be a believer of the present as well. I beg everybody. Like, don't be the salty old head talking about, well, back in my day, we was so and so. Bro, okay, bro, but it's not your day anymore, bro. Can we, like, embrace the new shit? Because if we didn't embrace new shit, bro, we'd be stuck in the past. And everything would be the same, and everybody be on the same stuff. We don't, bro. Like, let creators create, bro, and embrace it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
I believe because life comes in perspective. And your perspective is not my perspective, and how somebody feels at a different moment, you can understand the perspective.
But then boom, bro, we meet each other, and then boom, like,
because
I'm like, bro,
I'm an old head. I'm 37.
Yeah, he 30. He like my big brother now.
Yeah. Can you tell people how old are you?
21. Nah, I'm just playing. I'll be 32 in a couple months.
It's a different of 5-6 years. But
to my point, I'm like you said, like, your perspective different, your experience different, mine different. But then we come together, right? We see each other. You like, man, I know what this is. Man, that's West Side Gun, man. And I look at you, I'm like, man, that's Who the Size War. It's like, now that's what art gives you, bro. Like,
and that's how we got together, because of music.
Music.
Yeah, music.
Clothes,
the beginning was just music, because you will be listening to music, and I will see you. We are neighbors.
Yeah, we
so I'll see you. I'll be like, oh, you listening to this, and you're like, this one just came out, and that's how we start, talking and getting to know each other, and creating a brotherhood. Honestly,
now that's my boy. That's my brother now. He put me on to, like, the traditional, like, Colombian artists, and things like that, expanding my palette. Things I listen to on a regular now. I'm like,
and you see the bridge in music from the culture now of reggaeton being influenced all the time by hip-hop culture,
absolutely,
but in two different rhythms, but the rhythm comes from the same base of music,
right?
Which is wild, because it's two completely different cultures overall,
right?
And that's making the bridge now into into art as well.
Yeah.
For you, who is one of your favorite like street artists?
I might sound basic, but cause that's kind of like just the era I
Yeah.
came up in. If you're talking the inclusion into clothing, like I didn't even know the guy who made Obey was originally a street artist.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I just came up off the clothes. Like we was wearing Obey. I was in like high school. Like
Yeah.
me and the homies from Savannah. Like we was wearing Obey. Like I didn't know that it was like
Yeah.
originally a street artist. Sean Stussy. I wouldn't call him more so a street artist, but just his logo alone, because they started off as like a
Graffitis.
surf shop, but
Yeah.
just playing with the paint and stuff, and then how that branches off into, oh shit, now people want to buy his clothes with his logo on it. So yeah, like but as I get older, I do have a more like an appreciation of art, and I just love it overall. Like you've been in my crib, like so me, I'll tap in with like the local like DC street artists or in New York. You know what I'm saying? I'll just literally buy it off them from the side of the street, like
and that's where you see a lot of things come off in start. The local places, and people sometimes don't appreciate those local artists, and I think those local artists make a huge statement on how art is perceived in different ways.
Right.
A couple years ago, more than couple, Banksy one day. He put to sell paintings in New York for like $50. Imagine buying a $50 paint and you can see the video. You can search Banksy selling New York on YouTube or Google, and you see the video. People haggling with the person about this, the pricing and everything. And that is, people, because we sometimes don't support our local artists that we have, or the local community.
That's majority of my art is local. Yeah.
One of my favorite pieces that I currently have in my collection is this guy named Roberto Blanco.
Okay.
One day I was just browsing, for art and different things, and this guy's based out of Miami, but based in New York, and he started painting in COVID. Wow. Because they were locked down in New York, and he started painting, and he has gotten a following, and everything. Really, really cool, different style that I see that I haven't seen somewhere yet, which I find it pretty interesting. And that's supporting your local artists, even though I am not based out of New York.
Right.
I see, I can support somebody out of there.
Absolutely.
And, and same thing with some couple of DC artists that you have as well. Coming up.
I can't think of their names right now, man, but
the DC has some good artists, especially musicians. A lot of musicians come out of DC.
Absolutely.
In all types of music.
Hell yeah.
Doug Fire from Washington, DC. He has won a Grammy.
Okay.
Nice. Saeed Human out of DC, he does a lot of collections. This is a lot of like underground techno, but if you look at Benny Blanco, huge producer, he's not out of DC, but he's right outside in Western Virginia.
Oh, in Virginia.
And he's one of the best producers out there.
Absolutely, I've heard of him.
And and you don't see people recognizing those normal peoples from here.
Right.
Cause, now going to the topic of Cause.
Yeah.
Cause he's such an anomaly because where he started and how he started. He used to work for Disney.
Okay.
At one point.
Okay.
And that's where he started, and he went solo. And again, he connected as a graffiti artist.
Nice.
Doing small, presentations for companies, advertisements.
Okay.
And that's where he took off after that.
Yeah.
And a lot of his pieces were very limited into probably 2014.
Exclusivity.
They were exclusivity, 100%. There were only a few pieces made. Into like 2015, when he started making more collaborations with Nigo, but Nigo Uniqlo, and then Human Made.
I love Human Made. Yeah. Uniqlo for all my basics. But keep going.
But Uniqlo has great quality, great pricing.
Absolutely.
Like $9 t-shirts
with that quality. Can't beat that.
You can tell me twice.
That's the basics, bro.
It's
all the undergarments, this shit.
Exactly.
Some chinos for work, button-up shirts, anything you need.
All of that, that you see. But those things go into how he has monetized now.
Absolutely.
And now going back to the point of artists that have passed away, Cause doing in the collection with Uniqlo and Andy Warhol.
Yeah.
He was such an influential American artist. A lot of people don't realize he's an American artist from Pittsburgh.
He from
Funny enough.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he's from Pittsburgh.
Wow.
You know, and he grew up. You know, his story is pretty good.
Mhm.
How he grew up in Pittsburgh
Mhm.
in a Catholic Irish family
Shit.
in like the 60s, and then
Mhm.
he moves to New York, and how he was so influential
Mhm.
in a lot of the art that we see now.
Yeah.
That we see that the can soup.
I was about to say the Campbells.
Yeah, you
mhm.
see it everywhere.
Yeah,
and when you see it,
everywhere.
you don't even
You
think
don't
about
even
it.
you don't think about him.
But
Bro, ain't that the beauty of art though?
Yeah.
I mean, is it good? I guess it's a pro and a con, but you just see stuff and you just might not even know who it's tied to, but
Yeah.
you just appreciate it though. Throw that shit on a t-shirt. And like, bro, do you know how much them vintage t-shirts going for,
Absolutely.
bro? Like the Campbell shirt.
and, upstairs you saw in the third floor.
Mhm.
They say they remind you of the Pharrell video.
Yeah, bro. That was OCGMOS.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you, bro. Cash in, cash out. Pharrell,
Same
Savage, and Tyler Creator. I swear to God, it's the same. It's the same concept. It's the same shit. Bro.
And
Walking through, and I seen the other characters. I'm like, that look like the villains off of Courage the Cowardly Dog. Then I see the other font. I'm like, oh shit, that's like the traditional graffiti like font right there. It's just like so much things we see, bro. But all of this stuff is really tagged to somebody.
Yeah, and
You
they're
just
all
gotta do your history.
interconnected.
Yeah.
They're all interconnected because music and art, they're both art. But
It's
a lot of
all-
people don't realize how they go connected with each other.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
me, one of my favorite artists overall is, obviously Banksy. I think Banksy is one of the greatest
You've been
artists.
talking about Banksy before we
Oh,
even thought
man.
about doing this episode.
I think he's one of the greatest artists,
Yeah.
in everything because of how he is. I like how low key he is.
Absolutely.
Nobody knows who he is.
Shit.
So if you know who he is, tag him. Just kidding. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful to see that somebody just cares about creating art and
That's
sending a
it.
message, because in all of his pieces
That's it.
they have a message. Is the beauty of his art that you see. You're like, wow, how do you see that in a other dimension, and you try to understand where he comes from.
So
It's a
nobody,
beauty.
so nobody legit know who he is.
No.
Are you serious,
Yeah.
bro? So he really letting the art speak for itself.
Literally.
You can't even tied to somebody
No.
based off of race, ethnicity,
Nothing.
gender, because people be thinking like that. So
Yeah.
that's crazy. You know that's how Bitcoin work too, right?
Well, yeah.
You know the creator, like he's like
Supposedly.
Satoshi.
Yeah,
Nobody knows.
he
So it's
disappeared.
just like fuck it.
But,
But
you
I
know-
just like that concept, bro.
But a lot of people, they create stuff that was want to be not known for. They just want to be like, hey, I did this to represent
Go.
what I believe.
Go.
Yeah, just
Like,
enjoy it. Goodbye.
Beautiful.
And that's,
And
another-
everybody interpret it their own way. Yep.
yeah. And how life has jumped into the different hoops.
Yeah.
What is your favorite record right now, Akeem?
Record.
Yeah.
What I've been listening to? Crazy. Good question. I've been listening to the new Babyface Ray album.
Yeah.
Yeah, he out of Detroit.
Yeah.
You never heard?
Yeah, I heard
You
it.
heard it.
Yeah.
You heard it, Ray. Yeah. So yeah. Specific track on the new album. I need some motivation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my joint right now.
That's your joint right now.
Yeah. What about you?
I go back. I'm old school hip hop,
Uh-huh.
so I like that old school hip hop.
This man here be sitting. I'm chilling. This man Alice is sitting. What you know about this, youngin? It's like 50 Cent, like one of his original mixtapes and shit. I'm like, this
God gave
old
me
head-
style. God gave me style.
God
man.
gave me style. Yeah.
That's my, I was
Yeah.
listening to that last night. That's
Yeah.
one of my favorite songs right now. The message that he goes through
Mm.
into the song is good. I like that one. I'm also like, I go through rabbit holes in music.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
You know me, man.
I'm sure,
Everybody.
yeah.
Remember that time I
I
took
have
you out
listened to that a
to
little bit.
Flash?
To Flash.
to
That
the
shit was like
techno
a techno
party?
club, right? Techno
Yeah, on
party.
a
That
Sunday.
shit was lit.
On a Sunday afternoon.
On a Sunday afternoon, this man had me out lit. One of the best parties I've ever been to. No exaggeration.
It was so much fun. We
Me,
hang
you,
out.
and Cuz.
Vanessa.
Vanessa.
Lucas and Vanessa.
What's up, Vanessa?
In this right now I'm in this guy Rouse, the one that I showed you, the Belgian rap.
Yeah.
Very different,
Yeah.
because again it goes into how hip hop and electronic music has made that bridge.
That
100% has made that connection again, and I love it because a lot of people don't realize this. House music, techno music is from America.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? House music is from Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Techno is from Detroit.
Put them on, man. Put them on.
Put
them on,
that's
Alex.
where it all started, and we are embracing back the culture
Yeah.
of where it came from.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the, you know, the in the 60s, the 70s,
Mhm.
those parties where house music was created, where
Mhm.
people used to just want to go dance for days
Yeah.
and all of that. And I love it. This from Chicago.
Mhm.
Chicago has some of my favorite
Chicago
DJs.
got
Yeah,
so
DJ Sneak.
Detroit, Chicago. Shout out my Detroit,
Yeah.
Chicago people. You know who you are.
My favorite, one of my favorite DJs is from Detroit, Cart Crack.
Who?
Cart Crack.
Cart Crack. Okay.
Very, very good. You know,
Nice.
he's from Detroit. Detroit love are his parties, what they call, and they're just completely amazing. But his production on how he views music and how he's integrated different facets of it is amazing. Like how he brings, you know, his culture into the techno dark side of Detroit. Because in Detroit is an industrial city. You were just there.
Motor City.
Yeah, you still feel it.
Yeah.
You still feel how industrial it is.
Shit, yeah. Yeah.
And you bring that grinding into the music scene. It's beautiful.
Yeah. But yeah, man, great points, man. Great points for real. I think we tackled a lot, man. Yeah.
We could be here for days.
Yeah, we literally could, about a lot of different topics too. This is my boy. Y'all have no idea, like
literally.
But yeah, bro, we could go ahead and wrap it up, man. So let's, you know, gotta do our fit checks. Oh, and he's an OG in the street, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, fit check. What this? You don't even know what this is, man.
Come on, man.
Who that is, man?
That's Griselda. Come on, man.
Big
Griselda. I know a lot about Griselda from my friend, one of my close friends, Carlos. Man, he's a big Griselda fan. You need to have him in this show because you guys can have a Griselda conversation for days.
Literally. Oh, for sure. That'll be lit. Can't buy respect on the hat. Off-white frames. These the big. Oh, remember we was talking about Tremaine.
Yeah.
Tremaine. Denim Tears. And Levi's and Cactus Plat Flea Market.
Oh wow!
All collabed on these. So you know, like the red tags on the Levi, they just made it super
this bigger. Yeah, absolutely.
Dope. And then these undefeateds, right?
Yeah, nice.
Undefeated for
this Air Force lows, or what they call in New York, the uptowns. You know, they're classic.
We call them forces from where I'm from.
For me, I got.
What you got on, man?
We start with the frames. Persol. I love the Persol brand. Handmade, one of the few brands that's still handmade.
Nice.
And at a reasonable price.
Nice.
Reasonable price. You won't break the bank.
Nice.
Crazy. And what I like is how they feel. They're super light, super comfortable. They go good when it gets dark, when it's light. I like it. This shirt, I ran into it with H&M. It's an H&M collaboration with
Banksquiat.
Banksquiat. If you see it, it looks pretty similar to what is inside here.
Yeah. And don't forget who the size wore to. That's who put it out. Who the size wore.
Yeah.
Out of New York.
Out of New York.
Shout out Ev and I forget his girl name.
Yeah. They, you know, and
one of my favorite designers.
And I love the tag that it came with it because it was very similar with it, and it was very low key, very quiet release. Yeah. Because not that many people knew about it. I like it.
You put me on. You sent the link.
The jeans, 7 Reasons. I love them. Super comfortable.
Nice.
They feel. They go with everything. This was our old school.
Put them on.
Yeah. Kevin Bradley a couple of years ago, I think 2019, made a collaboration with Nike SB. He's still a skater with Nike.
Nice.
So he has this own shoe. And what I love about this shoe is as you wear them, the color starts to fade out to red.
I see the red.
Yeah, it starts to come out on different parts. And I love it. It's the all white completely, and it has the red soles, clear red soles, which gives you a nice hint to when it starts to wear out the red.
So essentially, skaters, they skate and they beat them up, then it's gonna start going to the red.
Exactly, and it's pretty much to the collaboration, the first collaboration they sold out with Jordan 1s. Remember with the white
with the
and red.
The tearaway.
The tear similar concept.
That is that era. 18, 19-ish. Yeah, that's that era.
Yeah. I remember. And this is before Nike SB blew up. You know, this was Nike SB used to sit on the shelf at skate shops.
Who was it, bro? Travis Scott.
Travis Scott.
It was
Travis Scott put everybody on SBs, and you know now everybody work. But SBs used to. When I bought this, was about in my retail for $110 because nobody wanted them, and I was happy. Now
you're a real OG.
Yeah. We just check GOAT on this ones, and they're going for like 500. You know what I mean? That's not a bad flip, which I don't do. I wear all my shoes. I wear everything I ever buy.
I wear everything too, but I'll sell it too though. If it still got some good value, if I need to. I like to wear and keep my shit for the most part. I don't buy shit really to get rid of. You know what I'm saying?
Me neither, unless it goes really bad and it's tearing pieces.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
All right, brother. I'll wrap it up, man. Brother.
Let's go.